Oh, what's going on, toxic gamers? I just can't believe it, man. The homie Dreamcast guy, he is going bozo right now. And yeah, I gotta show you guys the clips. I mean, the entire gaming community has been flipped upside down, quite literally, after we heard this from the homie Satya Nadella discussing the future of Microsoft Gaming Division. Oh, that's right. He says Microsoft, or the report says Microsoft CEO agrees Xbox's competition isn't other gaming platforms, it is TikTok. It is TikTok, he said. Bruh, you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, what in the actual hell is going on over at Xbox? Huh? It's not any gaming platform, it is TikTok. What the hell? Man, these motherfuckers crazy, bro. Shout out to the homie Dreamcast guy. Check this out, roll it.
Hey there, gamers, Dreamcast guy here. Today we're talking about Xbox because the president, the CEO, the head of Microsoft, Satya Nadella, yesterday, he did a very strange interview where at one point he goes on a 2-minute rant. He starts just talking about the future of video games, but he doesn't talk about Xbox. He says that Xbox is no longer the focus, it's Windows. He said the idea is to basically make gaming into Microsoft Office. Now I want to talk about this because everybody is picking apart this interview, and it really seems like, honestly, this feels like a very, very bad sign. I feel like one of the things that kind of terrifies me the most about the industry as it currently exists is buyouts from boring billionaires, right? But consider the fact that here in just the last, 5-6 years, they have spent almost $100 billion on acquisitions.
They wasted that money, man. They wasted that money. Let's be real. Call of Duty, bro, they spent $70 billion to acquire Activision, and now what we're learning is that they're losing millions on it. They lost millions, almost 300 million on Black Ops 6. That's insane, bro. And Black Ops 7, we all know, like, there isn't even a single hype. I mean, some people are excited for it, whatever, but the hype is down the toilet for Black Ops 7.
Buying Bethesda, buying Activision Blizzard, you know, all this stuff that racks up to close to $100 billion of studio acquisitions. And what does that lead to? Does that lead to better games? Does that lead to bigger worlds? No, it leads to profit increases via stock. It doesn't actually lead to games. It leads to, like, investment folder talk by Microsoft. But let me take
You know what? Maybe, they lost like 300 million because on Call of Duty. That's what we're officially learning. Okay, so this isn't rumors. But perhaps in return, through investors, Microsoft as a whole, not just Xbox, but Microsoft as a whole, is making billions back. Perhaps they haven't made like the entirety of 70 billion quite yet, but over the long run, they probably will. Through investments, or maybe not, just based off of what we're hearing, maybe that's why they made these plays. But Call of Duty is downhill right now, man.
Look at this, because I do truly believe this is a sign as to just how dead Xbox is. At this point, Microsoft literally doesn't even want to talk about it. Let's get into it. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I want to thank you guys.
Bro, Xbox is sinking. Motherfuckers talking about competing with TikTok, and you wanna get your likes? You wanna get your likes? You out of your damn mind, bro? You want people subscribing to you? You want people liking your video? What the hell is going on with you, man? You don't. What the hell, man? Get it together, man. Damn.
I love whenever there's like interesting news. Like 1,000 people sent me this, and I appreciate that very much. Now, here's some quick bullet points before we go into the actual statements line by line, because it is so long and it's so dense. Everybody is already making fun of it. Stuff like
the homie Ackman. The jokes basically write themselves. This is diabolical, bruh. I could not believe it. But this is VGC. I mean, they are saying what the homie Satya Nadella said. You got that cheeky twat kind of smile happening right there, you know? Allegedly, gotta send allegedly, guys. Satya Nadella, allegedly, right? Damn, man, that's crazy, man. Motherfuckers crazy, bro. They out there doing helicopters with their woolies, bro. Smelling each other farts, bro. And that's sad, man. That is sad, bro. Like, these motherfuckers should be making good games, but nah, man. Like, nah, man. We gotta compete with TikTok, man. We gotta compete with TikTok. Get your ass out of here, bro.
Microsoft CEO, Xbox isn't competition against other gaming platforms, it's going against TikTok. Okay, let me start with this. So he starts by saying that Windows is the gaming focus now, not the console, not anything else, not trying to figure out some way to make Xbox more popular, not even the studios. The goal is to make everybody game on Windows. it does seem like Microsoft's, I would say, jealousy. I do think that Microsoft is in a spot where they wish they were Valve. They wish they were the Steam storefront, specifically because I do think that Steam has managed to do something very, very unique, which is that they got there first. People don't remember this now. Originally, people didn't like Steam way, way, way back in the day. The idea of like this digital all-in-one storefront that you had to have on your PC, people didn't really like the idea.
And now it's like the main thing, right? It's the main thing, especially for PC, and generally speaking, anybody that goes from PlayStation or Xbox to PC, they go to Steam. And Steam, I'm not sure if they still have the policy or not. I do believe they have it, let's be real. I don't game that much on PC. I don't game that much anymore in general. I've been playing Battlefield 6 every day right now, though. You know, I'll say that. I've been enjoying that game. But, yeah, besides that, bro, F all that, bro. Gaming is downhill right now. I'm waiting for GTA 6, admittedly. But Battlefield 6, I've been no life in that game mostly every day. So, yeah, been loving it, man. Been loving it. But Steam, that's where it's at. And they got good deals in place. So, you can try any game out for 2 hours. And if you don't like it, you can get your refund. That's amazing. You don't get that on PlayStation. You know, PlayStation is the worst when it comes to refund policies. Other than that, PlayStation is very good. You know, they got the games. Although the PlayStation 4 era and the PS3 era was much better in terms of next-gen or current-gen games. But PS5 is still doing amazing, objectively speaking, in terms of sales and numbers. And they had much better games versus Xbox Series X games, right? That's an objective fact. They're not killing it, but they're killing it in comparison to Xbox. I mean, everybody's killing it in comparison to Xbox. I mean, my God. Now they're saying, yeah, they want to compete against TikTok. What the hell? What? That's a lie. That's a cap, as kids would say. Like, no bap, as the kids would say. That's cap. That's cap. That is cap.
Of Valve and the Steam storefront way back decades ago. But as it got better, honestly, a lot of people came to love it. Now, at this point, people prefer to buy games on Steam. It is pretty much the unanimous entire launcher for all of PC gaming, at least for the most part, right? And so it sounds like Microsoft, in a way, is jealous at the fact that they've managed to hit such global saturation, and now they get free profit. I think something crazy. They make tens of billions of dollars a year at Valve for putting out literally 0 games of their own, and I think Microsoft wishes they had that magic. They confirmed once again that their multi-platform strategy is their primary focus. They want to be a successful publisher and uses the success of Microsoft Office as an example. Yeah, man, because when I think about good publishing, I think about Microsoft Office. What an insane statement. Sees console and PC as the same thing, heavily hints that the next console being more PC-based. Now, there have been a couple leaks this week that I didn't have a chance to...
Yeah, and we're going to get down to the homie Sony Pony MBG on this one. Yeah, these are the reports we're gathering, right? By the way, guys, if you do have Instagram, if you do have the Twitter or X, I would love to have you there. First link in description. You know what I'm saying? It would be a pleasure to have you also on X, right? But that's what we're hearing. And yeah, so new info on the next gen Xbox, rumored to be $1,000 to $1,500 coming in 2027. There is no way. There is no way. And apparently somebody asked, can you provide any info on it being expensive? All I have seen so far is people assuming it will be expensive. Good question, right? The homie Sony Pony MBG says, and shout out to the homie Ali for adding me in the situation. We're gonna drop a like on that one real quick. Yes, Xbox President Sarah Bond recently said it will be a premium high-end device. Reliable AMD insider Kepler L2 said he expects it to be $1,200 based on the bill of materials needed to build it. Hey yo, hey yo, you gotta be flipping my flapjacks right now, bro. What the hell? Now I can see it be like $600, maybe $649 USD, but $1,000, $1,500 USD, that's a ton. Now we'll see what happens, but it is supposedly gonna be a high-end and expensive, no paywall multiplayer. Oh snap! Okay, that's a W though. Yeah, that's a W. Like free online, that's a W. But you see, $1,000, $1,500. Yeah, we'll see how that works. No paywall multiplayer. That's good though. Will offer a console UI, but it is full window device. I guess that's good, but what we're hearing is that you won't be able to upgrade it like a normal PC, so that's an L, but otherwise, perhaps a W. Will offer Steam and access to all Steam games. Done. Backwards compatible with all Xbox games. Done. So, yeah, we'll find out. And also, real quick though, I gotta shout out the homie Chris, man. The homie Chris be going crazy right now, man. with the 70, Sassy Medellin with the 10, the homie Chris with the 100, Evie with the 5, the homie Ron with the 2, the homie Shepanotti with the 20. Thank you guys so much for all the love on the channel with the tips, the super thanks, you liking, you subscribing. You gotta do none of it, obviously, but those of you that choose to, appreciate it, helps out greatly as well. Alright, let's go back to the content here, boo.
To report on, because I was working on that Dragon Quest review. But I do think the idea, the more I hear about this hybrid PC console idea, I think I like the idea of it. Some people are essentially saying that the goal that Microsoft is going to attempt, and who knows how true this will be, is to essentially make you basically a portable mini PC. The next console is going to be roughly the power of, like, I don't know, a $2,000 PC, but they sell it to you for $1,000. My thing is that I still don't think that A, console gamers are going to want to buy a $1,000 console, and B, it does kind of become that thing where...
Yeah, the entire reason people in general get gaming consoles, PlayStation or Xbox, is because it's cheaper to get into. It's easier, it's plug and play. HDMI, Ethernet perhaps, or just Wi-Fi, and plug and play. Simple, right? That's it. That is it. And you get really decent specs out of it too for 500 USD. Let's just say that, right? Now they have raised the cost slightly, but still like 500, 550 USD, give or take. In certain countries, it's a lot more expensive. Even when you do the currency exchange from 550 to your currency, it still might be a little bit more because of they want to use the excuse of tariffs and all that, taxes, tariffs, all that bull squash, right? Inflation and all that. But $1,000, 1,500, nah, man. Yeah, at that point, it's better to just get PC, because you're still on PC, you're still gonna have free online, right? You gotta pay for the internet, duh. But after that, it's gonna be free multiplayer. And PC is just supreme. It's just way better. I guess PlayStation gets a leg up because of its exclusive, at least day one exclusive. So PlayStation got that incentive that way, but Xbox, no incentive, honestly. You can, if you still want Game Pass, you can get it on PC. And if they're gonna have their console for 1,500, technically, if depending on the specs, it still would be cheaper in comparison to building like a next gen or current gen high-end, I should say, PC. Still would be cheaper, but you know, save a little more, wait a little more, and get yourself a PC, or upgrade your current PC. That's just a much better option than buying a next gen Xbox for that much. We'll see what happens for sure.
Part of the fun, part of the interestingness of gaming on PC is the customization of it, and honestly, the modular nation of it. The fact that I can swap out specific pieces of my PC. Oh, I need to upgrade the motherboard or add on RAM or do a new graphics card and stuff. I think the downside of buying an all-in-one mini PC boxed together by Microsoft, this next-gen Xbox, is that even if it's cutting edge for a bit, I won't be able to upgrade it the way I could a PC, right?
Yeah.
Says they're competing. Their competition in gaming is short-form video. Says good margins are needed to keep funding. Let me actually go through this. Let's take a look at chunks of this, because it is just, honestly, it's so stupid, and I feel like it shows how much these...
They stupid, man. They went local, bro. What in the actual hell is going on, man? Like, damn, bro.
Corporate overlords, they do not care. They do not like you. I think in a way the Xbox like team at this point just hates the gamers, because it does feel like that, honestly, the whole bubble is popped and everybody's kind of feeling like they're all about to get fired as soon as Microsoft determines how to put it on a spreadsheet that sounds positive, right? The biggest gaming business in the world is Windows business. To us, gaming on Windows, and of course Steam, has built a massive marketplace on top of it and done a very successful job. So to us, the way we're thinking about gaming is, let's, first of all, we're now the largest publisher of after the Activision deal. So therefore, we're going to be a fantastic publisher, similar to the approach of what we did with Office, where we're going to be everywhere on every platform. We want to make sure that whether it's consoles, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or the TV, we just want to make sure the games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere. Second,
but games. Nice joke, bro. Nice joke. Games. Where are the games, bro? Honestly, though, if you're somebody that loves Xbox, or you're a fan of Xbox, or fan of games in general, what are your thoughts about this? That they completely drop Xbox. If they want to do it like for $1,000, $1,500 console, I guess it's better that they drop the Xbox hardware and focus on making solid games. Make a name for themselves with the games that they can release on PC, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam, wherever and everywhere. Do that instead, you know. Do it like a streaming platform. Keep Game Pass, I guess. You know, you can have that as a service, perhaps, or maybe not. Yeah, they're maybe not, because we've heard a lot about Game Pass, that how much they're losing money with that. Yeah. What are your thoughts if they ditch like Xbox completely and just focus on making solid games? I think that would be much better, but that's just my opinion. Obviously, if you're a fan of Xbox, then your pick would be surely different, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts, because $1,000, $1,500, bro, damn. Even if they come out with no paywall multiplayer, which I think is a good thing, we shouldn't be paying for online like that. I guess PlayStation Plus and Xbox Online or Xbox Gold is fine, but keep the online free, and then if you want to upgrade, you get perks. You get games out of it. Like from PlayStation Plus, you can get extra games if you pay for it. I think that's fine, but make online, like in general, free. You know, like the video if you agree. I think that's cool, but for $1,000, let's say PlayStation 7 or 6, PlayStation 6 comes out and it's like 500, 550, or maybe even worst case scenario 650 USD, which it can possibly be, and Xbox turns out to be more expensive than that, bro, people are gonna go with PlayStation, because PlayStation got the brand recognition. The sales are usually doubled in comparison to Xbox, so the brand recognition is more for PlayStation. Plus the recent debacle and everything that has been going on with Xbox, people got trust issues. You know, everybody looking like this right now, looking at Xbox. So yeah, man, PlayStation is just gonna win easy. This is amazing. No paywall multiplayer, that's great. But if you're gonna have your console for $1,000, bro, you're just gonna lose it. No matter how many good games you drop. That's a massive L. You know, price point is a big factor.
We also want to innovate our work on the PC system side for console and PC. So it's kind of funny that people think about the console and PC as two different things. We built the console because we wanted to build a better PC, which then could platform for gaming. So I kind of want to revisit some of this conventional wisdom. But at the end of the day, console has an experience that is unparalleled. It delivers performance that's unparalleled. It pushes, I think, the system forward. So I'm really looking forward to that next console, the next PC gaming. But most importantly, the game business model has to be where we invent some of those new interactive medias. Because after all, gaming's competition is not other gaming. Gaming's competition is short form video. And so if as an industry we don't continue to innovate, both as we produce, what we produce, how we think about distribution, the economic model, the best way to innovate is to have good margins. This is corpo speak. And I know I talk about this, but God, do I hate corpo speak. This, hey, here's why shutting down all those studios is actually good for gaming. Here's why having no exclusives and selling no consoles actually, surprise, is good for gaming. Here's why all of our acquisitions that didn't lead to better games, that didn't lead to more games, you know, this is why it's still actually good that somehow we've shut everything down. I love The Evil Within. Excuse my random angry rant in the middle of this video. I love The Evil Within. The Evil Within 1, The Evil Within 2 are masterpieces. I will always die on the hill that I feel like the best modern horror games that are completely overlooked are Evil Within 1, Evil Within 2. When Microsoft bought that, they bought Tango and stuff. I was super excited, like, okay, let's see a big budget Evil Within 3. I would do anything for an Evil Within 3. What happened?
Oh, dang.
They shut them down. Microsoft shut them down. Now, you could say, oh, a lot of the talent leads had already left. It was a shell of the company. But it's still weird to me that they even got shut down. Why buy the most talented studios with the biggest projects, with the most passion, and you spend top dollar to get it, and then just put it into the recycle bin and then say empty? It's psycho to me to say things.
Man, imagine one day they're like, okay, bro, we can't take it anymore. We can't take it anymore. Pause. We gotta sell Xbox, or I should say Activision. We gotta free Activision. Yeah, imagine these motherfuckers actually free Activision, meaning that they release Activision from their pause. They release Activision and let them be free, independent. That would be crazy. I don't think that will happen though. That would surely be a desperate measure. That would be desperate times, desperate measures kind of thing. But that would be insanely funny and sad at the same time. But, and imagine, could you imagine? They paid Bobby Kotick tons of money and he got out with this golden parachute. And imagine they release Activision and then Bobby Kotick comes back. That would be a crazy plot twist. Not only he made like hundreds of millions of dollars, but then comes back and makes some more. Because if I'm not mistaken, oh shit. I gotta Google that to verify. Because the thought that I'm having right now is, I believe I heard somewhere that Bobby Kotick was going after TikTok. Yeah, let me search that up. Bobby Kotick TikTok. Oh my god. Because I believe I read that Bobby Kotick TikTok. TikTok. Oh shit. Yeah, Google is already giving me Bobby Kotick buying TikTok. That's the result that came up. Former Activision boss Bobby Kotick wants to buy TikTok. Oh, shit. That was a year ago. Almost. More than a year ago. Oh my god. Yup. Or maybe he's gonna come back, or maybe he's gonna help Microsoft, because now Microsoft wanna compete with TikTok. So maybe he wanna be working with Microsoft, man. That's wild.
Like, the competition of gaming isn't other games, it's TikTok. Bruh. Look at this. Mike Ibarra, the previous president of Xbox, he's been talking a lot about how much he doesn't like a lot of these decisions. And a lot of gamers on the Xbox side have been pissed at Mike Ibarra. I've actually seen entire Xbox podcasts hating on Mike Ibarra, saying this man's like a jealous ex just sitting here outside the house yelling at her new boyfriend or some shit like that, right? I still feel like I like his takes, where even if I disagree with him a lot, I still like his takes because he has been inside of meetings that you and I have not seen. He's heard stuff psycho and crazy and awful enough that obviously he left for a reason, right? But I like his pushback. Gaming does not compete with short-form video. It competes with time. It's different. Video games are a multi-hour premium experience. They're so good, you forget your sense of time. You escape reality and the challenges and stresses of today.
Nowadays, bro, I just wanna escape from video games. Because when I play games, it just tells me, it just pushes me to the store. Hey, buy more microtransactions, buy more, right? But I would say Battlefield 6, so far though, you know, October 30th, 12:51 a.m. Eastern time, that's when I'm filming this video. Right now, by now, or around this time, yeah, Battlefield 6 is amazing, and I want to play that game more and more. Genuinely. Maybe a month from now, I would have a different feeling because they would have botched it, or maybe I would have been burnt out, or maybe I'll get burnt out on the game. Hope not, though. We'll see. But I really hope they don't kill it with microtransactions and battle royale.
Form video is what you do when you have a few minutes multiple times throughout the day. FYI, the average core gamer spends about 3 hours a day in the games they love on a daily basis, sometimes 5. This is so good. You could put this on my tombstone. I love this legitimately that much. Video games are multi-hour premium experiences, and I feel like this is the heart of what more gamers want. Charge me a fee. Charge me a fair fee for a big game, right? $60, $70, whatever it takes for a big, crazy, story-focused, beautiful world with cool characters and stuff. I'm happy to pay that to fund more of that art. I don't want to pay with eyeball ad time. I don't want to be turning on my Xbox and have to watch ads for my legally required 5 hours of Game Pass a day. I want good, actual experiences that make me want to escape reality. This is so good. I mean, obviously, it's Mike Ibarra. He knows what he's talking about. But I feel like it really highlights the fact that this is wild. Him comparing gaming to Office. Not Halo, not gaming culture, not player experiences. Office. That's the mindset. Package it, license it, chase the margins. We built the console because we wanted to build a PC is a wild thing to admit out loud. Now they're pretending interactive media means innovation when it really means ads, engagement, and reoccurring revenue. They're not building worlds, they're building dashboards. Jesus, I don't know who this person is, but wow, what a great way of phrasing that. This is so...
Yeah, it's chalked, y'all. It is chalk. Did you see this GTA 6 video? If not, check it out. It's actually looking pretty good, man.